his beliefs. The point that I'm making, though, is that he and a few others, and these are black guys, they have taken on not just the talking points, but even some of the mind of white supremacists. And I understand. We've had these people with us since we've been here, since before we got here. We've had these people who empathized with the oppressor in such a way that they will defend the oppressor, even though they're being oppressed. And then even though they know that they're being oppressed, they know that the people that they're defending are the oppressors. Yet they still try to find many ways around that the oppressor being pointed out as the oppressor. I hope that makes a little sense. So I've seen these guys. I see them. And it's not, like I said, I see the black guys, but it's really a narrative that, again, has been laid down by the media. It says that, in fact, every time there's been a shooting in recent years, Sandy Hook, even Columbine, I mean, these people are saying it's false flag. Like none of these shootings can be real, particularly if it is a white supremacist shooter that's shooting black people. The young man pointed out that some people said that the subway shooter, who was a black guy, according to what they say, he's black, they say. They didn't catch him at the scene, so that's why I say they say. They say that it's being said by some of them, they're comparing the fact that some people didn't believe that this shooter, the subway shooter, who is black, was actually the shooter. Okay? Some people saying, well, they saying he the shooter, we don't believe it. But this guy in Buffalo, who was caught at the scene, who was there with the rifle in his hand, they're saying, well, if you don't believe, why you don't believe that he did it in Buffalo? I mean, in New York, the black guy. But when the white guy is supposed to be, then he, supposed to be guilty of what you're saying that he's guilty of. They're saying they're trying to. It's really apples and wood, but this is the comparison they're trying to make, because they're saying that it's a false flag operation, that they're crisis actors. Now, let me say this. There is a such thing as false flag operations. Yes, the government of America perfected it. They have perfected false flags. There are false flag operations. We have been a part of false flag operations as a nation. We have witnessed false flag operations in the news media that was given to us as real. This is true. I'm not going to go in and lay down the things that I think are false flags. I just want to say that there is a such thing as false flag operations. The government of America, its agencies, non-governmental organizations, they carry out false flag operations. This is true. The only thing that gets me is that when it comes to events that is not liked by certain groups, certain sides. And in this case, it's what they call the right. the conservative right. When it makes them look bad, according to, I'm using words actually that I got from someplace else, but this is the way that I see it also. Something that makes them look bad, that uncovers even who they are in this respect, as far as being mass killers, haters. When that happens, there's something else that occurs. They then are looked at as false flags. They're going to say, no, 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 no. That ain't what it is. It's a false flag. Because we're not racist, really. You know, we just have an idea of how America should be, and it's not about color. You know, they'll do that. So if it's a false flag, and if it's something that happens and it makes them look like they're racist or that they're killers and, you know, all haters, you know, that whole thing, if that's the case, they're going to be like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You see this? According to right-wing media, anything that makes them look bad is a false flag. If something happens where a right-wing, what they call a right-wing terrorist, domestic terrorist does something, it was a false flag. Oklahoma City, back in 1995 or 92. I can't recall. I just thought of it. So Oklahoma City, that was a false flag too. The guy that parked the vehicle in front of the federal building in Oklahoma City, was that a false flag? You say Sandy Hook, nobody was there in Sandy Hook. It wasn't that, you know, people got killed in Sandy Hook. Nobody killed anybody in Sandy Hook. None of that. It was a false flag. They say it's a false flag. Let's see what a false flag is, you know, because according to Wikipedia, hold on a second. According to Wikipedia, a false flag, hold on, I'm about to actually put it up on the screen and have us see it. I made kind of a mistake in how I loaded my clips. So hold on just a second. Okay. Wikipedia states, the term false flag originated in the 18th century as purely figurative expression to mean a deliberate misrepresentation of someone's affiliation or motives. It was used to describe a ruse in naval warfare whereby a vessel flew the flag of a neutral or enemy country in order to hide its true identity. The tactic was originally used by pirates and privateers to deceive other ships into allowing them to move closer before attacking them. The term today extends to include countries that organize attacks on themselves and make the attacks appear to be by enemy nations or terrorists, thus giving the nation that was supposedly attacked a pretext for domestic repression or foreign military aggression. Guess what? False flags are real, though. There's a such thing as false flags. Countries like America, they are in the business of false flags because they have a nation of people who rely on the media to inform them, and the media is the propaganda arm of white supremacy. It's the propaganda arm of the government in the rich, in big oil and drugs and all. The media is not for the people. It's not about informing the people.